Hello everyone. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. I'm learning new software, so it's taking me a little bit of time. So please be patient with me. Okay, now everyone, let's test our mic and our visual. Can you see me? Send a little plus or whatever sign in the comments. And if you can hear me, send exclamation mark in the comments. Okay, plus, I see that, yes. Yay, 17 people already. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We had technical difficulties. Scheduled stream for some reason was like, I don't know. We're using like so many things. I wish you could see all of that what's happening here. So yay, so many people, plus, yes, exclamation mark. Amazing. Okay, so also, since I'm learning new software, it's gonna take me a little bit of time to go between different tabs and all that stuff. So if you have any problems, I have moderators who are looking at the chat. So if you don't hear me, don't see me, or whatever the problem, message in the chat, they're gonna see, they're gonna let me know. So that's first of all. Second of all, let me set everything up and we'll just get started. Okay. Okay, I think we're ready to start. Are we all good? All good? Okay, perfect. Okay, hello everyone. Let me change. You see how cool? I learned a new thing today. Okay, so anyways, welcome to my webinar. I'm super excited that everyone is here. I'm super excited to share all of this information with you here. So we're just gonna dive right in since we're also a little bit late. So at first, tell me, how are you? How are you doing today? Are you excited about this? I'm also asking you, like, have your little like notes and a little pen and all of that stuff so you can take notes and it's actually would be productive for you because like we spent a lot of time putting this together, so it better be productive. Okay, let me see the chat. Can I see the chat? I can see the chat. Okay, amazing. Everyone is ready? How everyone is doing? Some emojis in the chat. Let's get started. Okay. I think we should be good. Everyone is excited. Okay, all good. Actually, I just noticed that the slides are not changing for you. That is weird. Oh, why is that? Do the slides change or no? Why is it the same slide? I'm so confused. That is actually weird. How do I fix that? Let me think for a second. Oh, I think I know why. Okay, it should be all good now. Let me double check again. Yay! They're changing now. Thank God. Look at me. I'm getting better at fixing my technical difficulties. Okay, anyways, that was the slide that was supposed to be on how are you, but we're gonna keep going. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I know there are a lot of people who know me and follow me, but I also know there are a lot of people who don't. So just in case you're not thinking I'm some type of fraud and like no one to be talking about social media, I'll tell you about my experience with social media. So I've been in social media for 6+ years and I've been through a lot of things. I worked in corporate, I worked as a freelancer, I worked with brands, I'm like an influencer myself or a content creator, whatever you want to call it. I've done UGC, like I've done, I feel like everything that you can do when it comes to social media. So I've done a lot of things, okay? So when I'm telling you something, I actually done it myself. So Stick around till the end, because for everyone who's gonna attend this webinar, we have a little surprise at the end. So if you're gonna stay here till the end, you'll see all of these little things. So let's get started. Today we're gonna talk about like a proven formula that's gonna help you grow and monetize your social media page. So it sounds like it's a very simple thing, but it is actually like just a formula that if you follow each step, is gonna bring you to the result. It just takes you a lot of time to go through the whole formula and actually get to the final result. But today we're just gonna learn about that. And even if you start implementing this tomorrow, I'm telling you, with some time, you're gonna see results. And that's what we want. So yeah, don't forget to write everything down and pay attention, students. Okay. So today we'll talk about a bunch of things. You can see it on the slide. I'm not going to read it for you. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions at any point in the chat. Someone will be also taking notes of all of the general questions. So sometimes we would be able to stop and answer some questions, but at the end we're going to have a Q&A session where like I'm going to try to cover all of your questions. So yeah, so like just write it in the chat. Moderators are going to take note of that, and then when we get to a Q&A session, they're already going to kind of know what questions are we talking about, because probably you're all going to have like very similar questions. So here's that. So okay, actually let me move myself a little bit here. Did I move? I hope I did. Did I move? Oh yeah, I did move. Look at me. Me and my technical difficulties are even better. Okay, so here's the formula. You can take a picture, you can write this down, but this is a formula, and if you, as I said, go through each step, you'll get to the results. The problem is, it's not as easy as it sounds, because like if it was that easy, we could just stop here, right? But we're not gonna stop here. So it's gonna take you like realistically, usually to go through that, it takes like up to, I would say like 3 months, just because like couple of steps are fast and you do them like, you can do them within a day. But some of the things, they require longer time and more testing and all of that. So we're gonna go through each step together. And so I'm going to tell you about the first step, and then I'm going to introduce you someone who's going to help us through this webinar today. So again, let me move myself. Okay, now you should see everything clearly. Okay, so step 1 is growth and personality analysis. So before we even get to social media, we have to figure out who you are, what you're about, and what you do in life. Like before we even get to the platform, we need to know why you're doing this, who are you, and who you want to be friends with online, right? Because you're going to start building a community. But who do you want to be in your community? That's a very important question that a lot of people skip, but actually it's going to help you grow way better if you know that in the beginning. So that being said, I'm introducing you our guest, Roshana. Please come here. Okay, we'll adjust camera as well. Ta-da!
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we'll do it a little wider. Yeah, I feel like that's good. So this is Roshana. She does a lot of, she'll tell you about herself, but like we've met at her event that she was organizing, and she's super cool. She does a lot of cool events, and also she used to do it only for women, right? And then you like now do for everyone, which is great. I feel like on this webinar it's mostly women, but like so many great events and very different, like it's business and it's networking, and like whoever you are, it's nice to network. So like also highly recommended for you from Toronto to visit her page. You'll see and hear a lot about her today. But please tell us, who are you?
Well, thank you. I'm Roshana. I'm a Jamaican immigrant girl who moved here, you know, having that dream of wanting more out of life, you know. So I came here and I decided that I'm gonna get it. It's I'm gonna get rich or I'm gonna die trying because it's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm known in the city as a connector. So I work in a little bit of real estate. I do the main thing that I do is in finance, and I'm an investor, a speaker, a mentor. I host events. You know,
She does a lot of
I wear a
things,
lot
you
of
guys.
hats.
She does a lot of things.
I love that, but it all boils down to I love helping people and helping people solve their financial problems. So yeah.
That is super cool. Because, like, yeah, that's interesting that, like, you figured out, like, what, like, unites everything you do. Because you do a lot of things, I feel like. And I feel like, in my head, at least, like, networking events for, like, women, let's say, and then, like, investing, it's, like, a little bit different things. But then you find a way to, like, connect all of them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because like I stand for women, right? And there's a lot of issues that, based on my events that I've had, I'm listening to the ladies, and a lot of their problems are what they have boyfriends who they have to depend on, who control them, or they don't have enough money to do the luxuries of their life that they want to have.
Yeah.
And it's just a big problem is money. You know, they want to live in better places, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, let me merge the two. I can help you be a bad bitch, and I can help you.
We love that.
I can help you be, financially improve and financially grow and still being empowered.
Amazing. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. And also a little disclaimer, she is not like a beginner in social media. You're posting a lot. So she's pretty good in that sense. So like I feel like a lot of stuff that I'm gonna give to her might be a little bit advanced to some of you, but like we'll also go through what she's doing right, what you should implement, but then we'll also go what could be improved. And again, that's something you can also take notes and implement as well.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so first of all, we'll go quickly back to the first step, which was basically like what you said, right? So like the step one is where like we have to understand like who you are. And like she's been doing this for quite a while, so she kind of knows how to introduce herself, like she knows who she is, she knows what she's doing. A lot of cases, people who I work with, they like might just be like, okay, like I'm doing this and that, but I kind of don't know what I want to do when it comes to social media. So with that, usually like it's quite a lot of work, especially if you don't really know where you want to like niche down. So usually we just go through like those questions and talk one-on-one and kind of like cover all of that stuff. And I kind of help you to come to the terms with like, okay, where should you start, you know? And usually it all comes down to what would you do online? Like what would you post about if like you would never get paid for that? Like if you could never succeed and if you had to do this for fun, like what would you do, you know? So usually that really helps to kind of like be like, okay, like I like whatever, like painting, I like horseback riding, whatever that is. And then you can make content out of anything. Anything you do, you can always make it into content. And like when people are telling me like, oh, but like this is not interesting, that is not interesting, it doesn't exist. You just have to know how to do it and everything is going to be interesting, okay? So this question is kind of already, that step is already kind of like answered for her, like she knows the answers to those questions, but then some of you might not. So like take a second, write it down, think about like, if you could have 1 million followers tomorrow, like what kind of followers would they be? Would it be girls or guys? Would it be like business owners, or would it be like content creators, or would it be people who want to buy, I don't know, couches, like whatever that is, right? So like think about that. Like if you had 1 million followers tomorrow, like who are they? Who are you talking to? Because you also need to enjoy who you're talking to, especially if you're gonna grow it into your full-time job, hopefully. If you want it, obviously. So yeah, let's go back a little bit. Actually, let me make this bigger. Okay, this is better. Okay, so our step 2 is blog assessment. So at first we figure out who we are even before we get to the platform. Now we cross that bridge and we get to the platform, okay? So here we need to like kind of review what you already have. And now we're gonna review it. And now we're gonna review it for a chat as well. But yeah, so if you're doing this, watching this and doing this at home, so basically you'll see what we're gonna do exactly. That's why I like the examples and case studies. But basically, you just need to go on your Instagram and figure out what you're doing right and what works and what brings you views, followers, engagement, and what doesn't work, that just kind of like hanging there, you know. And from there, we'll go deeper from there. So let me just switch. Oh, and I'll show you this before I leave to a little bit different screen. So those are the metrics we're going to be looking at. And again, let me move myself. Okay, whatever. It's going to go here. Okay, cool. So we're going to look at the engagement rate. We're going to look at reach and impressions. We're going to look at saves and shares and audience insights. So it's kind of like this like approach where we look at all of the different factors, and then we figure out like where you should be like going and kind of like niching down. And maybe I'll mute your phone, like I'll share the screen from here, but like it might be helpful to see some insights from the back end. So okay, bear with me, I need to switch something. Okay, yay, look at that, I'm like a pro. Okay, I shouldn't get ahead of myself because something's gonna glitch now. Can you see Roshana's Instagram? Yay, okay, perfect. Okay, so let's start the block assessment, our step 2 in this whole process. So first of all, as you can tell, like she posts a lot of content, everything looks great. Honestly, like I remember you telling me about the visual. I feel like your visual is amazing. Like I don't know what you're talking about. Like obviously it can be pitch perfect, but like this is great. Anyways, first thing I do, like whenever I start working with someone, I just go in there and I was like, okay, I'll go to a reel tab and I was like, okay, let's look at the views. What's getting more views? What's getting less views? All good? Okay. So we're not going to look at those 3 ones. They're like pinned. Let's look at some other ones. So for example, let's say, and right away, right? So like here, it's like 600 views and here's 2,400. So like very big difference. So like something happened in between there that's like brought from 600 to like 2,000, okay? So we're gonna watch the 600 one first, right? Can you see? So this is like this one got 600 views, and let me quickly look. Honestly, pretty good comments wise. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. And now let's go here. Now the reel got 2,400 views. Okay, and comments wise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 10 minus 2, 8. Okay, let's say 8. But like the views are basically 4 times more, right? Yeah, 4 times more than the other one. So what I usually do now is like, okay, like something definitely happened in between, right? If I had to, like, obviously, I don't know. And like now, like I can ask her, I was like, did you boost the post or did you not? Like whatever that is, right? But like usually when I assess, I still like, I don't know if they boosted that post or not, but usually like, I just like still go with that. Did you boost this post or no? Okay, perfect. So like she didn't boost any of them. So this is organic views and this is organic views. Now, if I had to guess what changed right away. Okay, actually, that's interesting. Let's ask the audience for a second. Let's see if you're quick. What do you think made the second reel 4 times better than the first one? Like you just watched the one that was 600 views. Let's watch it again. And then now let's quickly take a look at the one that's did 4 times better. Like what do you think is the difference? So this is 600 one. And now this is 2,400 one. Just if I had like, whatever, give me your ideas. Because like, I know my guesses and my ideas, but so it's like, does it feel weird? Yeah. You're like, damn, why everyone's watching my page now? Okay, wait, let me try to go and open our little chat. Aesthetics and qualities, I want to say. Diana is the most active one. I should get her a gift after that. She's the most active. Okay, the one with more views has more shots back to back, while the other one is still one pic. Actually, it's the opposite. The ones with a lot of shots back to back got way less views than the one where it was one video. So it's kind of the content, piece of advice. The second reel is simpler. I think the time when we overcomplicate things, montage is over. It's you versus I kind of pause. It resonates with you more. Content more readable. Second one is much easier to watch. Pretty good job, guys. So this is like also what I would go for. So this one, I would say it's just like hard to read text, like right away. Like for like to read it, like you really have to like pause, stop, and like read. And obviously when we were like thinking about people who are scrolling, they see this, they're like, oh the fuck, I don't have time to read this, you know, and they keep scrolling. So it's like, even though all of the videos are great, they're like beautiful, aesthetic, like very dynamic, but at the same time, I feel like someone who said like dynamic videos are over, like obviously not at all, but like still, if they're too dynamic, I know like we had the same problem with Rochelle actually. She made amazing dynamic videos where they were like so much editing, so cool, and like all that stuff, but at the same time that actually prevented people from like actually getting to know the person behind the screen and kind of like seeing more substance, I would say. Here are just too many videos. Like even if you picked like 3 of them, I feel like that already would like, you know, make it better, and I'll be like, oh cool, she's there, she's here. But because they're like tin tin tin.
This video itself, this is actually a story
Template.
where it was. It's like a timeline. The first few videos is where I started. Like it's like I was telling a story and then like the transformation.
Ah, I see. Is it a voiceover?
It's just you know the trend that said little did she know.
Ah, okay.
So it's like little did she know that at this time she'd have.
I see.
And it's like, oh.
I see. You see? But like again, like I feel like that's where like it gets a little hard to like if you like put like one picture of like the before and like let's say like 10 slower shots after, and the text was more clearly little did she know she's gonna end up here one day, boom boom. I feel like that would do like way better, you know, like. So like here it's just like I have to stop, I have to read, and it's hard because like a lot of things are blinking, you know. So but like if you took the same footage, just more little text less text, and then you know I feel like that video would do better. But now going back to this one here, even though you still have more text, because the background is darker and the text is white, it's way more readable. Plus it's like it's the same I think font, but there was a reverse color. It was like black text with the white stroke. So like that usually also like makes for your eyes harder to read. So it's better if it's white text with a black stroke or just white text. So here it's like perfect, you know, and the video is perfect in a way that like it almost has a background for you, you know, it's like right there. So then you can read, and because like here the focus is on the text. So here we'll look at the text and like the visual is not distracting us. So you have to understand that each video should be focused on like kind of like one thing in a way. So if you're putting heavy text on your reel, it should be like basically very plain background. But if like the text is small, like I don't know, like my day in a life, whatever, you know, like so everyone can read, then the visual should be more of a focus, and then the visual should be more boom, 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 you know? Because if there is a lot of text, there is a lot of visual, everyone is like, okay, like what the fuck is happening, you know? Like just for the brain, too many things, and they just scroll past. Like obviously no one analyzes like videos like that when they scroll, but they're just not gonna stop because it's like too much, you know? So that's like 2 videos like that we just looked at and all of that stuff. And we're not going to go through like that specifically from more videos, but like again, like we can see like for example 3500. Oh, I know this one. I actually also popped out on my For You page, and I was like, it's so cool, like it's so fun, it's so easy, boom boom boom, right to the point, you know, like it's great. And then like let's look at like this one is actually also was pretty good. I feel like it was just, first of all, the text was a little too high because like when you scroll, it overlaps with the top thing in your, like on your feed, you know how there is like whatever signs and symbols. And here, because here the text actually is the main character, not the video. Because here it's a voiceover, right? So like here, the text should be actually in the middle and like whatever the background, you know? But here you almost tell them the video is more important because you moved the text away, but then that's not the case. So then they're kind of looking for the visual, and then the visual is more like not boring, but you know, like slow, like steady, like, you know, like not eye-catching enough. So then like it just like confuses their brain when they're like, okay, I should be looking here, but then like not too much is happening. But if the text was in the middle, all of their focus would go to the text. That's actually the point of the video, because you're telling a story, you know? So those little tweaks like that, it actually what like makes or breaks a video, which is like so funny in a way. Like we're talking about like stupid shit, like, okay, like should I put it here, should I put it there, like kind of doesn't matter. But if you think about it, like what's the focus of this video, like why you're making this, like what's the purpose? And here clearly like to motivate people, to tell them like, oh, you didn't want to go to the gym and now like you went to the gym, and like the same in life, you know? So it's like the message is way more important than the visual. Then text should be the main character. And if like you're making a video where like, let's say it was also a workout video, but like different angles, boom, boom, like, you know, like everything is like crazy visual, then like the text is whatever, then the visual is the main character, you know, like. So this is what usually happens when like I mentor someone. So I just look at their videos and we're kind of like, okay, next thing that you have to figure out, is it a next slide or no? Let me think. Am I giving too much information at this point? Anyways, so like let me go back to like the bio and everything. So now we analyze like general videos and reels and what's happening, what brings more engagement, what brings less engagement. Now we need to look at your bio. So your bio is great. I would just, okay, we'll go one by one, okay? Step by step, guys. Okay, so first thing first, the only SEO optimized line is the line in bold, like where you can see like Roshana the connector. That's the only line people can actually use to find you. So like in mine, it says, I believe like whatever, like Anna, Toronto, like content creator, social media manager, something like that. I don't remember now, but anyways. So like now when anyone is like Toronto content creator, I pop up. And actually here it's very important to add the location, because if you're not an online business, because like even like I'm a content creator, like even if the business from the US is looking for content creators in Canada, they're gonna put like Vancouver content creator, Toronto content creator, or something like that. And then obviously here, I would even put something more of like what people would search. So you do like networking events. So I would put Roshana, the connector, networking events, Toronto. Or like even the connector, like remove because it already says in your name, but use that line as much as possible to put the most amount of keywords in there. Like what people might search, like events Toronto, networking events Toronto, like investment Toronto, like finance. So like you just put like all of them. You can put like this little dash. So like Roshana, networking, events, investment, whatever, or finances, you know? And that way, whatever combination they do, like either they do finances Toronto or like events Toronto or like networking Toronto, you're gonna pop up, you know? So that's why you have to like use that line as much as possible and like pack it with like keywords. Then you have Toronto here, but it's just here it's not searchable, you know? That's like the only thing. And then that's good. You're telling them like what are you about, and I connect you to the solutions to grow your mindset, money, and business. Great. So here it's great, but I would just add also a little bit more of a call to action. So instead of just like I connect you, la la la, okay, but then what do they do? I know you have a link in bio that has more information. So for example, go to the link below, you know? So like they read that, but like you also need to like lead them there, you know? So it's like la la la, boom, we go inside, okay? So this is how you should be also like analyzing your page. Like, okay, people come, like you should try to think about it as like you've never seen your page before, you know? So you're like, okay, who is this girl? What is she doing? can you tell what like you're doing by your bio? Like, does it lead you somewhere else? Like, does it say like, oh, go here, go there, like whatever, like, or they just read, they don't really like know what to do with this information. All they can do is max like follow you, and then they kind of don't know like what to do with you, you know? Maybe you're great, but like, what do I do? You know? So take a second right now to look at your bio, to look at your post, and try to find, for the post wise, try to find like a pattern, and then figure out what's working best for your account and what's working worse for your account, and then also try to optimize your bio. Okay, let me look at the comments for a second. I'm seeing a lot of comments. Okay. I think. So I think the question here, wait, where the username or the name. So wait, let me go back for a sec. So yeah, like this bold letters where it's not the username, but it's like your name when you edit your profile, and then username is here. So username, it's whatever, like it doesn't matter, it can be anything. And then here is where it should be like all the keywords, okay? Just in case, so like we're all on the same page. Let's see if you guys have any questions. I'll take a sip of my water. And we'll go next. Okay, let's go. What should be username? Username can be anything you want. Like username doesn't really like affect necessarily anything, you know? Like you can be cat2547 or you can be Anna1234. Like this one doesn't matter. It just like obviously it helps you if you're more specific or it's your name or something like that, so people like find it easier to connect to you. But other than that, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't necessarily affect anything, you know? Okay. Okay. Now let's get back to our little presentation. Okay, I actually touched on two things, I feel like. I knew that, okay. Anyways, now we're gonna get to blog packaging. So this is what kind of we already talked about a little bit. So we need to check if you have a proper marketing funnel. So it's like, that's what we talked about, where it's like, where is your CTA and where do you lead people and la la la. Like if like there is so much traffic coming to your page, like what's happening then, you know? So tell me, for example, like you, from what I know, you run ads a little bit, right?
Only if I have like a big event.
Yeah, okay. Like, let's say you run ads for a big event. Obviously, people come to your page, they look at your page. Let me turn a little bit. Like, why am I turning you away from you? Yeah, so like they come to your page. Like, what is your ideal marketing funnel process? So like now there is a lot of traffic on your page. Where are they supposed to go, for example?
Okay, in the link in my bio, I have like forms, like work with me forms, where I pre-qualify you, we're a good fit. So they click that, the work with me forms in the bio, and they go from there, and I respond to them after. I see what they need, what you know, what challenges that they're having, and if we're a good fit, then I'll reach out back to them and stuff like that.
And what kind of like form is that? Like, does it lead them to like the finance, like support, like program that you do, or
no? It just leads them to a form. It's a Google form where you just gather information, your name, where you live, what your goals are, and that's how I kind of like from there. After you fill out the form, and I was like, okay, we have a call. So before we go on a call together, we pre-qualify and you fill out the form, and then we have a talk.
I see. But is it more people like asking financial goals and financial
Yeah.
advice, or is it like anything?
No, it's focused completely on investing and financial growth and stuff like that, and the digital aspect of it, the business side.
Okay, interesting. And then, do you have anything else that you can lead people to? Like, of course, like they fill out the form, and let's say you start working together, all good. Do you have any other like product or services that you can offer to other people, like to connect, like any other like, for any other budgets or?
Okay, so yes, but like if I have an event, you can come to the event. You may not want to. What I do may not resonate or what's in your need right now. But there are other people in the event space who may be able to help you from other industries. That's what the events come in.
So that's great. So you have a free event, right?
Free events, yes.
Every week, right?
Every Monday in Toronto, downtown Toronto.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Every Monday in downtown Toronto, networking with guys. Anyway, so you have a free event, and then you have a form, like that leads people to like working with you, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's it.
For the most part, or sometimes we have calls, like a webinar, like a online call, opportunity call, where I just invite you, then I present.
Cool. Okay, that's great. 2 products is obviously better than 1. And wait, let me see where we are at this slide. Okay, no, all good. So, actually, no, not all good. Why is it not changing again? Oh, now we're here. Okay, sounds great. Okay, so it's great that you have 2 things. Usually I'll always say make sure that you have like a product line. So like let's say my main goal like is usually your most expensive thing that you sell. Let's say like it's my personal mentorship for me, for example, right? So this is the highest thing that people can buy. But obviously if some random person just came to my page, don't know who I am, like no one would want to buy like something very expensive from someone they don't know. So it's always good to like drop it down to little things, like for example a little PDF file, a little video, a little something that they can purchase for like $5 or like whatever, so you have something for free. Then you can have something that's like a little bit, let's say like I don't know, $5-10. Then maybe you can have something that's more of a like $100, and then they can start working with you, because what it does is kind of like warming them up. They're going like step by step. At first they don't trust you at all, and they maybe will buy something for free, and then they do that for free with you. They see how amazing you are, and they're like, oh my god, you're great, I saw you actually sell this, I don't know, video about how to start investing or how to use like any like investment platform, for example, right? So they buy that for like $5 to $10, and then they're like, oh, okay, like it's also great. So like the more I even like start working with her, like the more knowledge I get and the better I get. So then they're like, now they trust you to buy your higher service or higher product in price, and they're like, okay, like I trust her, like she's great, she's helping me for free for $10, and especially if I pay more money, like of course like she's gonna help me even more, so. And then it's nice when they go through that step, because like usually what I see, people have one, not you, but like usually people have like one big service that's like, let's say like I don't know, let's say $1,000, and like obviously new people come, they have no idea who you are, they're not just gonna give you $1,000, but like if you can warm them up, and like trust is like earned, so like you kind of like show in little things that like they can trust you, and then hopefully eventually like they trust you. So it's great that you have something for free and people get to know you, and I feel like that builds a lot of trust. Maybe think of something, because this is a Toronto event, but I feel like you overall have more international audience. Yes. I would say. Yes. Not maybe more, but you have a lot of people who are not from Toronto, so I feel like it would be great if they also had a little something to like get to know you, except for like the welcome call, but maybe like a little video like about like I don't know, some basics, or maybe a little video about this, a little PDF file about that,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because with the I do finance and investments, right? And to work with me, there's like 4 packages. I start from $100, like $99 up to $1,499. So there's like a range, 4 different packages. But
That's a good range though.
yeah, when the only way they see the range or they see the pricing is when they go in that form, because that first form it shows them like, hey, what's your budget or what's what you're looking for. Do you suggest I put that on the front part of the page?
It kind of depends, because like it depends how different the packages are, because like if you're trying, like if any package would like work for them and they can upgrade within, like let's say they got the smallest package and then they can upgrade, then I would suggest just like list all of them. But if like they buy and let's say there is no, obviously that's not true, but like let's say there is no too much value difference, and like again, it's not about you, but like if you were worried that, oh, they buy this for $50 and they would realize they actually don't need to buy this thing for like $500, so then like, or if you have only one product or the different, like it really case by case, but like I feel like in your case especially, they can upgrade within, so like they get smaller and now they realize, okay, now I got so much knowledge, now I want more guidance, for example, and then they go like up the package, and then like they're like, okay, now I want like personal like mentorship from you, and they get like the highest package, so I feel like there's no harm in that. Plus, just because you showcase very like luxury and like active lifestyle, people might be scared that your smallest package, what if it's like, I don't know, $1 million, and maybe a lot of people are even scared to reach out, but if you kind of show them, no, like actually like the smallest thing you can get is like $100, like no problem, like you can start there, you don't have to like pay like millions at first, so it's like that might also like warm up the audience a little bit and open doors, because like your target audience are people who are like just starting, so like, and if they're scared to reach out to you because you seem too cool, and too great, they're gonna be like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna, like, I don't know, like I'm imagining myself, like imagining like me, like I don't know, like messaging someone like I admire online, and I'll be like, oh my god, like it's probably like a couple of $1 million to work with her, like I'm never good. But if she was like to post something like, oh, I actually have like an intro package for like, I don't know, $50, I'll be like, damn, great, okay, let's open that, so it's like, and they would also understand you're actually like looking to help people instead of just like being, oh yeah, like I'm so cool, like if you pay me a lot of money, I'll teach you how to be as cool as me, but here you kind of just like, no, like actually we can start small, and then warm up to that, so I would suggest you put it. So yeah, going back to actually what we were talking about, basically, yeah, so you have to look at the overall marketing funnel, like where you are, like where are you leading people, like what's happening on your page overall, like because if at some point your reel is gonna like blow up and bring you a lot of traffic, what do you see on that page, so it's kind of like important. Anyways, we're moving on now. One sec, my slides are not changing again. Am I stupid? I might be. Okay, no. One sec. Okay. Why? 1 second. Okay. So let me see if that changed. No, they didn't change again. Why do I always have to do that? Okay. That's it. I fixed it. All good? Okay. Okay. Step 3, strategy. So now you basically have to make a strategy, and that's where it starts. So like all we did before is what you can do like right now today. Strategy you also can start building today, but everything after that, that's what's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of work and all that stuff. So, but today we can still make a strategy and like your next step, so you can start making your content tomorrow. Anyways, so first of all, remember how I told you like to send me the pages of some leaders in your industry and people you admire online? So that's also something where you can get inspiration. So you go and watch people within your industry to understand like what they're even doing within the industry, right? So it's like, do they do like a lot of expert talking videos, or do they do fun stuff 24/7? Like at least to like allocate where you need to go, So that is really what's gonna help you to like get the inspiration. And then always, okay, I'll get to that point later, and try to understand the pattern of what you see within your industry. So let's say, obviously you would see a million formats online, and let's say obviously a couple of people do fun videos all the time, and a couple of people do always expert videos all the time, and a couple of people mix everything together. So like it's better to kind of see like, okay, but like what's the pattern, who does better and for what reason, like what kind of following they have. Let's say the fun one might have a lot of followers and a lot of engagement and all that stuff, but maybe those followers actually like not quality followers in terms of their bigger goal.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like maybe they're just there to watch fun stuff, but like it doesn't lead them anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, for example, it might be someone who does expert videos, maybe with less viewership, because like obviously it's harder to watch, it's bigger video and all that. But at the same time, maybe they have crazy like concentrated followers in terms of their niche, like they're all there to watch this, they're all there to like listen to this expert, and that actually would mean way more in terms of your business and whatever you're doing, right? And always think about the bigger goal before you creating your initial strategy. So what I see a lot of times is people like do videos to go viral, which is like, no, like great if you do, but at the same time it's more of, you still need to think about your bigger goal. Because like if you go viral for like, I don't know, let's say you were talking about finances and then you post a video that you know will go viral about makeup, let's say, and then the makeup video goes viral, and now we have the full confusion because like people now are going on your page after seeing a makeup video, they come to your page, it's all finances, and they're like, okay, like I'm extremely confused now, like, and like they don't even convert to followers. So that going viral then does nothing to you, you know? So like going viral shouldn't be a goal. The goal should be the goal, you know? Like how are you gonna make money? Why are you doing the social media? Like where are you leading people? Like, you know, like how are you communicating? Like social media should be a very powerful tool to do something, but just doing things just like that, just to like get views here and there, not gonna get you anything. I know so many pages that especially on TikTok go viral and that's all they have, and like they had zero content before they went viral, they can't do anything with this, they get zero money from that. So like then what was the point of going viral, you know? So it's like knowing your bigger goal, like for example, I want to have 10 people or whatever, like that is like, you know, have 10 people on the highest package like working with me, you know, that's the bigger goal. So now every time you make a video, you should be like, okay, does this bring me closer to my bigger goal though? Like if I'm making this video, would it resonate with people who like I have in mind when it comes to my bigger goal, you know? So you kind of always try to like connect that to this, you know, and then like whenever the video blows up, it's actually gonna bring you like amazing audience and amazing followers and people who are gonna buy. Okay, what else? Let me see what I have for you. Let me check the chat. Is it all good in the chat? Any questions there? When should we start offering something, and how would we determine what to offer? So that's where it comes to like, to answer that question, we would need to like sit down and have a talk, because like it really depends what you do now, like what are you looking to do in 10 years, and like all this stuff. I have to ask you a million questions before I can actually tell you what you need to offer. That again comes down to your niche, and like the first step ever is like your personality like analysis, like who you are, what do you do, and all that stuff, right? And you can start offering something right away, because like if you bring a lot of people on your page and you already put so much work doing like organic content, they should always know there could be something else instead of just watching the organic content, right? So I feel like the product or service always should be there, and then like whenever people come, they're just gonna like discover it then. I always get like confused with this. Okay, let me see another question. How to sell product, promote, encourage interest in a product constantly. How not to become boring for audience? That's actually a good thing. So like, good question, I mean. So basically, you just have to balance it out. Like if you always post promotional content, like obviously no one's gonna follow you and everyone's gonna hate your page. But you should like hate your page. Sorry. But like if you were just like kind of giving them different things, and if your marketing funnel is built properly, then actually like you don't necessarily have to promote something all the time. Like if they love your organic content, they would seek like what else to buy, and they would go check out your bio, like what it says, like, you know, like for example, in my profile it says like DM me to book like a free audit or something of your account. So now like people like whenever like my video does well, a lot of people message me, they're like, oh, I actually would love to get that audit for free, you know. So it's like whenever they already like what they're seeing, they're gonna find a way where to go. You just have to lead them. Like if they already wanted, like deep inside, you just have to show them the way. Okay, we'll pause with questions for a second, and then we'll go here. So yeah, going back to especially what I said about the leaders, right, and all that stuff, like it's great to see all of that, but like going back to the first step, you always have to remember to include your personality. If you are like, let's say, quiet and shy, like don't post content about you like doing crazy stuff. If you're crazy, don't post like shy and cute content, you know, like go with your personality, like figure out what is good within the industry. Mm-hmm. And then kind of adapt your personality to it, and then that's gonna be like a perfect match, you know. Yeah, so I feel like that would be great. And like for that, again, we have to go back to the step number one, and for me to know like your personality exactly. And remember, what would you tell me in 3 words? Remind me. Do you remember?
I'm resilient. I'm very determined. I love to help people. And you know, I like fun. I like making money.
That's amazing. Yeah, so like I feel like that translates into your content. Like, you know, like you told me and I was like, makes sense. Like it matches, which is great, but I feel like a lot of times, sometimes like people just try to repeat like and copy different trendy things and just like, again, to go viral, or they just don't know what to do and they don't know how to show their personality in that sense. So they kind of like just copy others, but they forget to integrate you. But then if you just copy others, people are gonna follow others. So it should be like, yes, trendy stuff, yes, within the style and trends, but like still about you. So yeah, thank you so much, because next steps we can't really discuss now. So thank you so much. I hope you learned something, or at least like a little insights.
I did. Thank you so much.
I would love to see, like, you know, you change your Instagram and content a little bit after.
I will.
I'll be watching.
Tell him keep posted, because she's gonna show me some results. We're gonna see some results.
Exactly. Yeah, you should follow her, and we'll see how she's gonna start posting now. She took everything into consideration, and we're gonna see that there. Thank you so much. Obviously, don't go too far. Like. We'll talk after. I don't want to let you go just yet. Okay. So, okay, what did I want to say? Let me just switch this. Yes? No? Okay. And here I just wanted to add, right? So like, don't forget to include your personality in your content, because I feel like that's exactly what a lot of people forget. And I feel like that's like the hardest part to do, because you're like, okay, like I'm seeing so many things online and I'm like, you know, seeing all these things. I know what's trendy and all that stuff. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do the same thing. Like, but how do I include myself in that? Like, how does it all come together? And usually like that's the biggest thing I work with my mentees on that, because like that is very hard to do. And like even in the beginning, like I had a mentor who helped me to do the same thing for myself. So whoever is gonna like get my course and work with me on the VIP package, we're gonna be working that a lot. So like I'll tell you about the course a little bit later, but just so you know, like that's almost the most important part. So if you get like standard or VIP package, we'll be working on that a lot, and we'll be discussing that a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna go to step 4. Actually, I feel like I need to connect my laptop, which I didn't do because it's gonna die. Just 1 second. Let me read the chat. Tell me how you are. And can you please pass me my charger? It's in my pink bag. I hope I brought it. Okay, yeah, I think I did. Oh, God. No. Laptop charger. Okay. Should I focus on my content having value, what I offer, or both? You should always focus on your content having value because, like, first of all, that's exactly what brings you saves and shares, which is the most important metric when it comes to content. So, like, if your video doesn't really have, like, a lot of value, then no one's gonna like save it. They may just watch it and like just keep scrolling. But if you're offering value, it gives you credibility, which is gonna like retain them and keep them on your page, but also gonna give you the best metric possible is saves and shares. And again, they're gonna like trust you and now they're gonna stay on your page and gonna interact with you. So value all the way. Okay. Now, oh yay! People like it. Very interesting stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay. Now we're going to step 4, testing. Okay. So now when you created a strategy and you already know how to incorporate your personality in your content and you kind of like, okay, let's get to action. This is where we get to action. So what you should do is test 3 content formats basically next week. So if you're watching this, you better be posting 3 new formats next week. So obviously there are 4 pillars, but one of them is promotional. So like there is nothing to test with the promotional content. It always does worse because it's promotional. No one wants to like be promoted to. So you have to test educational, entertainment, and inspirational content. So, oh, 1 second. That's what you should be seeing. Okay, good. Okay, so I'll just repeat for you guys. Educational, entertainment, and inspirational content. So now you sit down, you and me here, and we need to figure out what kind of content you'll be posting. For example, I'll do an example on myself. Let's say social media expert. Educational content, I'll record a video, for example, how to create a tutorial of some type of transition, right? So that would be my educational content that would be very much focused on like, okay, I know something I'm sharing with you and you better believe that I'm an expert, okay? So that's educational content. And then entertainment, it would be something funny like a meme or a trend, like let's say, I don't know, I'm posting about like how social media managers are also being like influencer, like marketing managers, influencers, content creators, photographers, videographers, whatever, right? So this is like just something funny, trendy, like, you know, everyone can relate to, and like just fun stuff. And inspirational content. Inspirational content in my sense would be something like, I started at the bottom and now we're here, you know, like something like that. So, or it can just be like my everyday routine or what I do. So for example, if I have a lot of people who are watching me and they're like, okay, like I want to be like a social media manager, I want to work with brands, I want to be an influencer, and then I kind of show them part of my day, this is gonna like inspire them into thinking, okay, like that's how I want my day to look like, okay, that's what I want to be doing, you know? So like you just need to like inspire them. So if you look at it, in each case, you give them value. In educational, you obviously give them knowledge. In entertainment, you give them emotions. And in inspirational content, you also give them emotions, but a different type of emotions. So if there is like, haha, funny, but then here it's more of like, damn, I want to be that. Like, I want to do that. Like, that's cool, you know? And even if you see those aesthetic videos, they still all fall under inspirational pillars because like, how they're making their coffee in the morning and all that stuff. Like, it still inspires you to be like, damn, I want to be like that. Like, I want to spend an hour making my coffee. I want to like make it cute and I want to like take my time and not run and like put my coffee in whatever cup and drink it on the way to the subway, you know? So there's still inspirational content. But I would always say, right now I feel like there is a big like trend, not a trend, but like a bigger like a movement towards more value content. So like educational and more value content. And like, because yeah, it just gives them value. gives you credibility. They're like, okay, you're cool, keep telling me cool information, you know? So yeah, let's take a quick pause here to see how you guys are doing. Because like, I feel like I'm giving you a lot of information, but tell me, is it good information? Enough information? Do we need more information? Are we tired? Are we excited? Like, what are we doing? How are we? How are we feeling? Okay, let me see. Okay, Chads, wake up. How are you feeling? I don't know, should I wait for them? I'll wait a little bit. I'll wait a little bit for them to reply something. Why you look at me like that? She looks at me like she wants to kill me. I don't know. Should I not wait for them? Okay. Before she kills me, we're moving on. Okay. 5th step. I promise. 2 more steps and we'll get to your questions and we'll actually spend time talking to each other. So, optimization. After you spend that week of testing different formats and now you actually have some information and some stats on your hands. So now that's where the real work starts. That's exactly what it says on my slide. Look at me. Okay, so like that's exactly where the real work begins, because like before it was all assumptions. Before like you actually didn't know anything, you know, before you tested all of the formats, analyzed the market, included your personality, before you did all that, like this is all assumptions. You actually don't know like what's gonna work, what's good, what's bad, like you have no idea. So like now you actually have information on your hands that can actually tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong and what works and what doesn't. So now you need to just take it and like analyze your analytics, you know? So it's like you look at saves, you look at views, you look like what did well, what got comments, what didn't. And usually it's like a little bit more involved in that process, and usually it takes more like than a week to like fully test something. But like after a week you can already start making better guesses and like assumptions and like tailoring your content way better. So, and like during the course, again, we're gonna talk a lot about that, because I feel like, again, content creators, very creative people, I feel like they always skip that step of like, okay, let's get to like numbers, like what's happening behind my videos, instead of like, oh, I'm just creative, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, like boom, boom, boom. Like instead of that, like, but what's the math behind it? What actually shows you good numbers, what doesn't, and what numbers to look at and why? We like, if we're gonna talk about this now, she's gonna murder me 100%. So we can't talk about this now because it's gonna take me another hour to describe this. So, but we dive deep into the course. So if you end up buying any package of the course, you're gonna have good idea of how to analyze your videos way better. And the last step is your growth strategy. So here is where you test it, and honestly give yourself like up to a month to test, because you're going to be testing different formats, different styles, different like approaches to your content all the time. So after, let's say, like month-ish of testing, now you should have all of the information on your hands and you should know exactly where you need to go. Like you already should at this point find different patterns in your content backed up with numbers. You already should see if you're putting enough personality. You will already have a marketing funnel at that point. We have all this stuff ready, and that's where we start like doubling up. So now we're like, okay, I know exactly what content does best. I'm doing this content, constantly introducing new formats in your content as well. So now we're like, okay, let me actually go to the next slide. Okay. So now we're actually confident in like our social media. We're like, okay, everything is built, everything is good. Traffic is going, like people are like funneling through and like going through the funnel and like following and then messaging me and commenting and all of that stuff. So like this monster of social media management actually starts to work. Now you're like, okay, what do I do with this now? Like now it started to work, like where do I bring them? So now that's where you start to introduce a little bit more of a promotional content, and you're kind of now pushing them, okay, like now you love this, and like I already know that you love this, okay, this is what you can upgrade to. Like for example, instead of just watching my videos, I can actually give you my feedback like live, you know, let's hop on a call, or like here's a little PDF checklist for you for this and that, or here's a little video, you know. Or for example, if you're offering like more tangible product or service, like it can be like introductory like class, you know, or it can be like a workshop session, or like a little again call to like describe something. So now that's where you're starting like more business instead of like social media in a way. Like when you fix your social media, now you're like, okay, we can't just keep getting a lot of views and not convert them into money. Like now we actually have to like, you know, put it all together and like start actually growing. And while you're doing this, you can't forget about the first 5 steps. You still have to keep doing all of that, but just integrating more of business into your social media. And now we're gonna talk to someone who actually been through this and been through my mentorship, and what she did, what she does, and how she got to where she got during our only month working together. So meet Rochelle. And I feel like if you follow me on my Instagram, you've seen her a lot. Yeah. We worked for a month together. Before that, we've never seen each other, like, you know. So tell us a little bit just about yourself, like who you are, what you do, like.
All right.
Let's tell people.
My name is Rochelle. I have been a personal trainer for over the last 10 years, and within maybe the last 3 years, I tried to go online because I want to help a bigger range of people. And working online, you get more reach and then just getting more business in. Mm-hmm. So instead of spending an hour at the gym with one person, you could spend maybe with 1 hour, you could spend time with maybe 5 people coaching them. So that was why I decided to go online. I really wanted to expand my business. And I know that today we really rely on social media to get that reach, right?
Yeah. Fortunately or unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then tell us a little bit like what kind of like products or services do you offer? Like if people were to go on your page, like what can you offer?
So if you come to my page, I have a link set up already, and I provide online personal training, so coaching programs. I guide you through that, how to exercise. If you don't have any background in what to do in the gym, then I help you out with those exercises. I also provide nutrition guidance specifically to get your goals, whichever we discuss. A lot of people come to me mostly for weight loss. That is a big issue in the fitness and gym industry that a lot of people are just looking to do.
That's great. Okay, and tell me a little bit more about the experience of us working together. Like I know, but like tell the people, but like you came to me, I have this on the slide, so like we started working together when you were getting like 500-ish, and like the views were all over the place, sometimes obviously more, but I would say like average-ish. It was like around like 500 views. And then how much is it now? The viral video?
It's over 200K.
Oh my.
It's growing every day steadily, and the surprising thing about that video, it has brought more followers organically. Like I don't have to go out and talk to people just to find new followers. It's bringing the right people to me, so people who want to know more about exercise, which I'm really happy about, because eventually those people I could reach out to and help, or whenever I'm ready to make a sale, I'll put it on my story, and then those people reach out. Amazing.
Because it's like, that's what I was talking about, that viral video should not be the goal. Like when we were posting this, like it was never like it's nothing crazy. Like it's not like she's jumping off the building, you know, and it's like, you know, it's gonna go viral. No, it's like a very expert video, like literally explaining people how to get their first pull-up, you know. So she's, as an expert in fitness, explaining how to get like their first pull-up. So she just like breaking it down to like a little exercise that they can do to like train themselves, right? Or like for that. So then like Nothing crazy, but that video, like, because it blew up, now it brings actually quality people who actually want to see everything else she's talking about. Instead, if you posted something like jumping off a building, then it would probably get so many views, but like, they wouldn't even care what you have to say about everything else. But now, they actually are like, oh my God, like, she actually tells me how to do stuff and how to get that first pull up, you know. So like, and then they go on your page, they see similar videos, which is important, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, like now I can like learn more. So they follow and stay to get more information, because if you like one format and then you know that she actually has a bunch of videos like that, then obviously you love those videos and obviously you want to stay. Yeah, but tell me overall, I'm like asking you a question and answered it myself. But anyways, tell me overall, how was your experience and how you felt and like overall.
When I first started, I knew that there would be assignments and tasks, and I guess my problem with the social media is I make videos, they never get posted. So one of the biggest things that Anna has helped me with is the weekly accountability, but not just like every week. She'll be in contact every day if we need it, making sure that we posted our videos.
I was very strict.
Yeah.
It was like,
just like, make sure you post your reels. So my reels could be in the draft. They're already ready to be published. I just had to click post or share.
That's actually so rare. I feel like people usually dread like editing and like actually putting a video together, but you were like so good at that. And like, as I said, like her editing was so great, but like too dynamic. We also toned it down. That also like brought that viral video, you know. But like, yeah, like it's actually great that you already were at the step where you're so comfortable editing, but like the problem was to like get to posting and like, you know, a little bit of guidance in that sense. But like, yeah, that's great.
I still think that it's scary to put myself out there. I think that was the issue, and then Anna is just helping support us, so that was very useful.
Aww.
Social media and being online is still scary sometimes.
Okay.
Even though we look so
sitting
confident
here right now, million lights, like all that stuff. We're like, we're actually both scared. Don't worry.
So it was so helpful that she was along for the last 4 weeks with that. Even one of my other issues, I guess, maybe batch content creation. So all my content mostly is in the gym. I work out in the gym, but I don't end up filming anything that could be useful to my followers. So we started doing that, and that's how I got to my viral pull-up video. And then I'm really glad that Anna came up with those ideas. She just said, why don't you teach the audience something simple, like how to do an exercise? And I chose pull-up because I know a lot of people want to learn how to pull up. It's a cool move, so I was like, this might do well, and then it ended up doing really well within 1 day, and then just like every day it's just blowing up.
And it's still growing, right?
It's still growing.
Like when I took the screenshots, it was a couple of days ago, and now it's already over 200K. I was like, okay.
When we finished, it was at 180K or something.
Yeah.
Now it's like 204.
I know, and we were recording like last week. Yeah, so you see, like, then it's a proper marketing funnel. Like now people go there, now they actually like to watch what she's posting, and like she's actually retaining a lot of people, which is great. But that's also, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your experience.
I'm so glad that we met and we worked together.
I know, because like I've never seen her before we started like our little reality show, and she just submitted her form, and I was like,
I'm so shy online.
And it was like, she seems like a cool girl. I was like, I need to invite her.
So like also the community that she has built is, I thought it's very important to be surrounded by other people who are doing the same things as you, because we can support each other. We understand what it's like. Just being surrounded by that circle of people will really help boost your confidence and then productivity as well, which I found. So I feel more confident after all this, and more confident, more productivity online, and that's just helping my business.
I mean, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. And so like, because like I feel like I needed the community when I started at first, and it was kind of starting by myself, because like at that time I wouldn't say like now everyone is a content creator, but back then like I don't think that was the case, and that's, well, I know it wasn't the case. So you know, it's like it helped me like so much that like later on, but like I wish I had that in the beginning. But then like I was struggling when like no one would support me, like even my ex-partners, like even honestly like my friends, they were just kind of like, that's weird, you know. So it's like I had to push through that, plus also figure out social media, which is like two challenges at the same time. And like I feel like the community is always so important. That's why I also like try to connect people and make events and do like online things like that, just so people can connect and stay connected and help each other. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know, to just like help people shorten their journey to their desired goal, desired job, and like all that. So yeah, and I have the whole slide on it. So like the power of community is so important, because like then you actually in the circle where it feels so normal to post, it feels so normal to like be an influencer or sell your product or service. So what I feel like when you're in the wrong circle in that sense, like you feel like oh, I don't know, I have to go record videos, but that sounds weird, like I'm not an influencer yet, like let's say like I don't know, I have 100 followers, but like I have to go record videos, like, and then like your friends are like, well, they don't do anything to you, like why would you record them, like let's go hang out, like whatever, like your videos, like it's still not gonna do anything for you, you know. But when you're in this circle where people understand, like no matter if you have 100 followers, so like 100,000 followers, you still have to put in work to get there. It just like social media is a new field in that sense, so people are not used to that. So when like you're saying, oh, I have to work like I don't know at McDonald's because I want to learn more like management skills, no one's gonna like doubt you. Like yeah, you go there, you grow within like McDonald's, you know, I don't know what example, but anyways. So like you grow there, you learn how to communicate with the team, you learn how to talk to customers, you learn a bunch of different skills. You learn a bunch of different skills that actually gonna help you later on. And then you go to a better, bigger company and you're like, okay, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know? So you always start small, but the thing is just like you have to start somewhere. And like, if you started with a community, trust me, the success is gonna be way easier for you. 1 second, let me double check. Okay, so now you have, so basically now you know the formula, now you have a very general, like basic strategy and basic like structure of what you have to go through to like reach to your goal. But like I even saw like one of the comments, let me go back to that. Yeah, someone was saying, wait, where is it? Yeah, that it's a lot to digest. That's like the information is making sense, but it's a lot to digest. And like, of course, like when I was making this, I was like, okay, I don't want to give too much information so they're like have a headache at the end. But at the same time, like, I can't give you less because then it's not going to make any sense. So it's like, because it's a lot to digest, that's why you don't learn social media within like hour, whatever time we have here, like just 2 hours, you know. So it's like it takes a lot of time, and like there are so many little details, it's ridiculous, to like know that can make or break your content, that can make or break if you make money or you don't make money, you know. So that's why me and my team, we worked a long time to make a course and put a course together that's actually gonna last the whole month. And then like people can actually go through all the little things, ask questions, have support, have homework, have feedback, you know, and actually go through that. Because like just like do it yourself, obviously you can do it yourself, it's just gonna take you so much longer and you constantly would need that information. But if you're like being like serious about your social media journey and you're like, okay, like I want this is my goal, that is what I need to be in 10 years, like this is what I need, like yes, I'm doing whatever I'm doing this right now, but ideally my life would look like this in 10 years, then I would highly recommend like learning all at once. Because if you're like just picking information here and there, like you never have a full picture, you know. So that's why we made that course and put everything together. and we'll get to the Q&A session in 5 minutes. Just wait a little bit longer. I know it's already been like hour and a half. How are you holding up, guys? But like we'll get to the Q&A session like in 5 minutes. But before, I wanted to tell you about something. So obviously about the course, but like, so let me see if the slide changed. It did. Okay, good job. Okay, so this course has like everything you need to know to start your social media journey and to succeed in that social media journey. And obviously the higher the package you're gonna get is gonna like almost guarantee your success, because like I'm gonna be there with you, you know, and I'm gonna be actually answering all of your little questions and actually working with you and your personality and like figuring you out and how to incorporate that all together. But those modules overall include like everything, like social media basics, content creation, filming and editing. I'm super proud of my filming and editing module, because like we were like breaking our heads how to show it, because I was like, okay, like it needs to be like super clear, and like my team was recording me on the side, I was recording what I'm doing on the phone. Like it was like insane. It was like my whole apartment turned into a studio for a couple of days, because like people were filming me, I was filming content, and we were trying to show how I film content. It was crazy. It was crazy experience, but it was super fun, and I feel like we achieved the goal of like showing exactly how I make my content better or worse, and like what are the little like here and there, and how to film and how to edit. Editing part is also super cool. I feel like you guys are gonna love it, because like I'm very excited about this. I feel like it was very like good and explanatory in that sense. And yeah, so this course would be good for you if you're beginner content creator, if you want to be a social media manager, if you want to be a big influencer working with brands, if you want to work just with brands as UGC creator. Like I feel like whatever you want to do in social media, this course has an answer to you, because it covers all of the basics. It covers all of the success strategies and how to grow and how to optimize and all that stuff. So then like whatever you want to do with this information next, it's so easy to navigate where you want to go. But we actually cover like brand deals, how to work with clients, your mindset, which is one of the most important modules, to be honest. So the mindset, especially because I was like, okay, like we covered everything, but like how you need to approach social media, like mentally wise, that's also like so important, you know? So I'm gonna show you 3 packages that we have here, and also the sales are going to be open now. So if you go to the description under this YouTube video, you'll see the link, and you can go to the website and you can actually review all of the plans and all the packages yourself. But obviously I have a screenshot here for you. So there is obviously a basic plan where you can just buy and install pre-recorded videos, and obviously you get amazing information, all of the modules that I just listed, and you watch everything yourself and you do everything yourself. However, obviously it's way harder, because like in a standard plan, for example, it's already like pre-recorded videos, but you also have homework, you also have people checking your homework and giving you feedback, and we also have a couple of group calls. So then like you watch a couple of videos, gather all of your questions, submit homeworks, get your feedback, so you're already always kind of like in touch with your mentors during the course and with me. And then we also have different group chats for support and all that stuff. But then you also like write all of your questions down and all that, you gather all of it together, and then we have like a group call where we're gonna cover everything, and I'm telling you, all of your questions are gonna be pretty similar. So we go on a call, it's just a Zoom call, everyone can talk, everyone can ask questions and all that stuff. And VIP plan, it's obviously when we basically work together with you guys. Like we have a couple of calls a week, I don't remember how many, anyways, you'll see it on the website. But like we have a couple of calls a week, 24/7, I'm with you. Like as Rochelle was saying, like I'll be like, hello, like we need to do this, we need to do that, like we need to post this, like remember about this. So I'm gonna be up on your ass with this module, but then I'm guaranteeing you that you're gonna boost your account at least by 3 times. And if you don't, then we're gonna keep working together after a month of the course. So this plan is kind of guaranteed like success, or we're gonna keep working together after for free, you know? So here you get everything and it's very immersive. So I feel like VIP is, if you're super serious about your social media, and you know this is your number one tool that you need, or you know you 100% want to be a content creator or an influencer, this would be the best. So like we'll be just like this, working together. That's not a thread, that's actually good. Yeah, so now I'm gonna share with you a special promo code that actually no one else is gonna get. That's the lowest price that you can get the course for, like the lowest. Like that wouldn't be said in social media, like nowhere. Like only people who are on the live stream right now would know this code. So like write it down, take a picture, and then obviously when you think about getting course, obviously use that code. And again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me or to my team, and we'll help you to answer all of your questions and concerns. And yeah, so you can buy the course now. The link is in the description. I hope so. Is it? Is the link in the description? Okay, perfect. The link is in the description. So you can click, save it. We'll also like share that with you later on, but like it's there now, so you can go there and check it out. Okay. And now we get to the most interesting part, Q&A session. Lay it on me, people. How was it? How are you feeling? Like obviously, I bet it's a lot of information and knowledge to digest, but let me know. Okay, let me look at the questions that we already have here. Okay, I'm just reading the questions, sorry. I'm trying to read. It's definitely not one of them. Consistency and commitment seems to be the key. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Someone who's paying attention. Oh yeah, sorry. That's actually a very good question. So this code you can only use for 24 hours starting now, I think, or 8 p.m. So until tomorrow 8 p.m. you can use that code, and then it's going to be expired because this code is very exclusive for you, my loves. So you can use it now. Obviously take some time to think, take time to ask me any questions if you have any, and yeah, but it's only going to be valid for 24 hours. After that you would have to buy the course if you decide to buy the course with normal prices that everyone else will see online. Thank you for that question because I needed to say that. Is the link working? Can someone like go on that link and double check that you can see the landing page and all that? Okay, let me look at some other questions. Okay, so first of all, let's double check if the link is working. So if someone can go there and check it out and just send plus or thumbs up or exclamation marks. Yes, it works. Yay, thank you so much. So if you go on that link and check it out, also, every plan has limited spots. That's what I also forgot to tell you. So each plan has limited spots. So the sooner you get the plan that you want, obviously it's going to be guaranteed to you. And like especially VIP plan, there's only so much that I can take. So, and I want to make sure that the quality is good and like everyone is getting amazing amount of attention, great amount of attention, big amount of, anyways, whatever, scratch that, forgive my English, but I want to make sure you get what you're paying for and you're getting the results. And at the end of that, it should be also money. So it's like, obviously we're going to be working on your social media, but social media is always just a tool. So like by the end of this, you need to make money, or at least have such a clear strategy about how you're going to make money with this. Got it? Okay, let me answer some questions because this is our Q&A session actually. Okay, so let me see. Do this plan work for small business? Yes, of course they do, because like as a small business, and I know what kind of business you have, which is amazing business, but like, yeah, of course it works for small business, because like you need to know all of those little details. That's what you need to know to grow your business. Because like I feel like as a businesswoman myself, like I also know how to grow specifically business and not just be like an influencer or content creator. So it's like I know that social media is just a tool and you just need to use it very efficiently to turn it into money and grow your business. So of course it would work for you 100%. Obviously, I recommend you getting like standard or VIP plan, just so like we can actually work together to figure out like everything specifically for your business. So then we can figure out how to incorporate your like personality and how to make it more interesting and like incorporate you there, because people only buy with emotions. They never buy like the product just for the product, you know? So yeah, yay, perfect. Okay, let me see. Is the code valid now? Doesn't seem to be working for me. We will double check on that.
The promo code?
Yeah.
Yes, it's valid. It doesn't work?
I don't know. They're saying it's not. Like, let's see. So like when you go and try to add a promo code, so like it kind of just like doesn't decrease the price. We will double check on that for you. Let me look at some other question that we have. I think I saw something in here. How many videos should you post in the first week if you're just getting started? There is no golden rule. Like, kind of like obviously the more videos you can get without losing quality, the better. Like obviously if you have a team of videographers and social media managers working for you, you can post like 3 times a day. Of course it would be great. The only thing, like with quantity, you shouldn't be losing quality. So I always recommend starting 3 videos a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you also can like let yourself like start smaller, you know? So you're like, okay, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like at first it's gonna feel like it's a lot. And again, that's why I'm saying you always need the support, because like if you're trying to figure it out yourself, like it's gonna be tough. So it's like, I even sometimes, like, again, it also depends on your social media skills, because if you have like next to 0 social media skills, I recommend to start with like 1 video a week. Obviously it's gonna not do as well in terms of bringing traffic, but at least you're gonna like teach yourself those necessary skills. But like if you're more confident with your social media skills, then you can actually like do like 3 videos a week, for example, and that actually is gonna like bring you way more traffic. And like 3 videos is like a perfect middle, I would say. Obviously, like try to go up to 5, up to 7, up to 100, whatever, if you can, but again, without losing quality. If you're just like making like content factory, like random videos, boom, 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 like it's also not gonna do really anything for you. So it always has to be quality over quantity, you know? It says invalid. We'll fix that for you, right? Yeah, we're fixing that as we speak. Let me look at some other questions that people had. Okay, it's the same question. I love watching the social media competition. Oh, I love it. Yeah, honestly, I love doing it because it was like so much fun. Like I've never done like anything like this before, so it was like stressful because like I was also like putting myself in a vulnerable place, because I was like, okay, like what if, you know, they give up on me and they stop making content and then that's it. But it was great. The girls were great. Regina also, she was here somewhere, but she's not here, but like it was also great. She learned so many good skills and it was like actually amazing. How to sell, promote, encourage interest in your, I think I answered that. Did I think so. How not to become boring. Yeah, okay. Okay, I feel like I was actually good answering all of the questions. I feel like I answered pretty much everything else. Okay. What's the best cost-friendly editor to use for videos and pics across Insta and YouTube? Oh, Regina's there. Look at that. She's in the comments. Okay, what's the best cost-friendly editor to use for videos and pics across YouTube? Well, do you mean the app? For the app, I always use CapCut for everything. Like, I don't really do long format videos for YouTube. Okay, promo code works now.
It's different. It's just Anna.
Uh-huh.
Without minus.
Okay, so the promo code right now is Anna, ANNA 100. Anna 100. Anna is 100. Anyways. Yeah, so like it should be valid now. Again, double check and let me know if that works. Because it should. We just changed it. Oh yeah, so yeah. Going back to like apps and what to use. So like yeah, I always use CapCut because like I'm so used to it. It's like so easy for me to use, and CapCut has like so many different things that you can use. So you can create the craziest and the simplest things there, and they also have different CapCut templates and all that stuff. So yeah, does that answer your question? Like I don't know if that was a question about the apps or what did you mean? Okay, let's take a couple of more questions if you have any, and then we'll be wrapping this up. I hope, guys, you weren't too tired because it felt like 5 minutes for me. Works now, yay, the code is working. Yay. So yeah, tell me a little bit more questions. Ask me something. Ask me anything. Oh, okay. I feel good about this now. I can't relax. Oh my god, guys, you wouldn't believe how much I was stressing yesterday. Today I didn't have time to stress. I was running around like a crazy chicken, but like yesterday I was stressing so much. I'm so glad. I hope you liked it. Did you like it? Tell me. Please tell me. And like I would love if you would like, I should have said that in the beginning, but anyways, if you like recorded anything from today, you took pictures how you watched this webinar, oh my god, please post it. I would love to see it because like, yeah, anyways. Yoo-hoo, you're amazing. Oh, thank you, Natasha. Oh my god, so cute. That's perfect. Thank you very much. Yay. Yeah, so I'm glad. I feel like the thing is, whenever I tell like all of this information, I'm like, there's so much more you need to know to actually execute this. That's like almost not the annoying part, but like it's just so many little things. Like obviously, like as I showed you in the beginning, like my third slide was like, okay, here's the perfect formula, like take it, apply it, and you're done. Like you're gonna be fine, like you're gonna get great views and make money. But like the amount of other formulas that go in each step is insane. That's the thing. And like today I feel like I was like jumping from one topic to another sometimes because I was like, I need to mention this, I need to mention that, like so many little things to actually make it successful and actually execute on it. It's like crazy. So yeah, I wish I could fit everything in 2 hours, but if it was that easy, then everyone would be successful on social media. So oh, I think I have another question. What if you're a teacher who teaches how to play a unique instrument and want to attract customers? Which type of video will you post more? That is actually super fun. Like, I love that question because, like, well, here again, I would need to know you and your personality more to know how to approach it. But first of all, if it's a unique instrument, I would definitely think something around that. Like, if you already have a unique concept, a unique something, it would be great if you could like create content around that, right? So then tap into that, but also at the same time, like to promote like especially education, I feel like you need to think of a creative way to do that, because like if you're just educating them already online, that might get boring and they might be like, I don't know. But if you find like a cool way how to execute this, I feel like that would be perfect. And the first thing that comes to my mind is like, I don't know if you've seen this guy, but like there's this guy who plays like piano in like different airports and whatever, and he just records like people's reactions, right? So for example, maybe you can also use that like kind of like shock factor in your videos and like play that instrument. I don't know if it's big or small, you know? So it's like, if it's like movable, then maybe you can use that instrument somewhere like in a public place and kind of see how people react and all of that stuff. So like I feel like there are a million ways to go about it, and I feel like it's actually pretty cool, especially if you potentially can teach it online and go more like international and global. I feel like that would be even better. But if not, then just like more local, but still like if you grow your social media page, you're gonna be so great.
Here's more question.
Okay, let's see. Should I focus? Also to add on, should I focus on my content having value and what to offer? Oh yeah, I think I answered that question, but like let's just do a little recap. So of course, always you need to have value. And that's what, again, the little detail that can break or make or break your content is that whenever you create a video, you have to ask yourself, like, why would anyone watch this? You have to be so critical of yourself. You have to look at it and be like, why would anyone watch this? Like, if you're laying in your bed at 2 a.m. at night and you're scrolling on your feed, would you stop to watch this video? Yes or no, right now? So like, you know, so like you have to be like, okay, does it give value? Does it give emotions? Like, what do the people get out of that? Like, would it stop them from scrolling? And like, obviously you need to use first 3 seconds to capture people's attention. So like, first of all, is that valuable enough? Will people actually get anything out of this video? But second, did you do enough work to capture their attention within the first 3 seconds? Yes or no? Tell me right now. But yeah, anyways. I feel like whenever I get passionate, I get aggressive. I was gonna make a comment. I'm not gonna make a comment. Okay, that one I also answered. Yeah, and this one I also answered. How many videos? Yeah, I said as much as you can without losing quality, but at the same time, like if the 3 videos a week is like a good, not even a start. Like 1, 2 videos would be a good start, but 3 is like being consistent. And again, how to stay consistent, that's again a new different topic. Like every time I open my mouth, there's the whole lecture that I want to give on this topic, you know? So yeah, that's why. We love the aggressive passion. Okay, I love that. You see, my audience, they love it. Thank God, because imagine they're like, oh my God, she's crazy. Handpan. I don't even know that instrument. Yeah. Okay, so tell me, do you have any questions about the course specifically? I feel like we covered like a lot of things. Oh, okay, another question. But yeah, like think if you have any questions necessarily about like the course. Like if you want to learn something specific, you can ask me now if that's included in the course. Since I recorded this, I can tell you if it's included or not. But how to start posting content? That's a big question, but what's stopping you from posting content? That's a bigger question. I need to know that in order to answer how to start. How to start is very easy. You record and then press publish. But obviously, that's not how it like actually happens. So what would be the modules in the course? Let me get back to that slide. Modules in the course. I don't know if I can zoom in here. No, I don't think I can. So I'll read you right now. The modules in the course is Social Media 101. So it's like all the social media basics and then content creation strategies. So like that's where we dive deep into like, okay, like we covered the basics. Now we like understand how social media works, but like what you would do with this now. This is content creation strategies and how to create your content. And then filming and editing. So obviously you need to... Did the site change? Yeah. So obviously, again, I said I'm very proud of that module. So like, I'm very excited for you guys to see. But this is how to like actually make your content visually interesting and how to edit. Because like, I know this is one of the biggest struggles for most of people. And then monetization and collaborations. So of course, we are all doing this not just because we have so much free time on our hands. Like our end goal is to make money, create freedom for ourselves, and kind of like live the life we want, right? So then like this is still the end goal. So this is a very, very important module about like monetization and collaborations. monetization in any way. Either you have a small business, either you want to have clients and be their social media manager, either you want to be an influencer working with brands, like no matter how, like no matter what, like we will find you a way to monetize your blog, you know? And that module is like almost social media 101. Like if you don't have a way to monetize your content, what's the point? And we obviously have analytics and optimization, because as I said, you need to understand the numbers. And I know a lot of people don't love the numbers. I don't love the numbers, but I love analyzing my social media back end, because like that's where it gets interesting. I'm like, 20 people saved here, but like 1,000 people saved here. Interesting, you know? And then you're like looking at different little things to kind of analyze what happened there and why, you know? So of course we need to know that. And then mindset, as I said, if you're gonna be in the mindset where it's like, oh, I'm gonna post 3 videos tomorrow and I'm gonna be a millionaire, well, sorry to disappoint you, no. So I wish it worked that way. I would be like a billionaire at this point, okay? So yeah, so your mindset, how you need to approach things, because there's a lot of stigma, there's a lot of struggles and like mental challenges that would come into place. Like you're scared of judgment. What if you get hate comments? Like, you know, how to approach this, how to go through that, you know? Like a lot of people are scared to post just because of that. And like, I fully get it. Like I was not bullied for it, but like, not respected for like creating content and pretending to be an influencer, you know, and all that stuff. So like mindset is so important. It's like half of the success, okay? And then social media management and how to work with clients. So like, as I'm saying, if you don't want to be on the camera, you can still make a lot of money on social media behind the camera, working with different clients. I work with so many clients and it's always so fun to work with, and especially from different industries and all that stuff. So it's always super, super fun and interesting. So even if you don't want to be on camera, we still got you and we still will find the ways for you to make money. Which plan will have personal calls? VIP plan will have personal calls, so there we would have a couple of calls a week. We're gonna be like best friends, okay? We're gonna be like hand in hand, walking together, making you do and learn social media, you know? And you can ask me anything you want. We'll work exactly what I said like in the beginning, how to integrate your personality in your content, because that is very hard to do, like unless you can do it by yourself. But like I need to be very involved. I need to be asking you a lot of questions to actually figure out how to do it, because like it takes a lot of creative brain energy to actually like put it all together, you know? So yeah, so VIP obviously, like obviously you would be like, yeah, obviously you would say that, but like VIP one is actually the best package to get if you're actually serious, you know, and you actually want to get results. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or you're advanced. Like VIP, like if you're more beginner, like I'll walk you through the hardest things that you have to deal in the beginning. If you're more advanced, you probably already know a lot of social media stuff, but you're like probably stuck on how to kind of like scale it and actually make more money, or something doesn't work in the equation, you know? So then that's, again, I need to ask you a lot of questions. I need to see a lot of back end stuff for you to like actually figure this out. So yeah, of course. Thank you. Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm getting help of what I should say. But yeah, important information. I always forget important information about my course. Anyways, so the course is gonna be 1 month. Like, so like for example, if we work together, then we're working together for a month, but you're gonna have access to all of the resources for 9 months. So that even if we stop working together, you still can rewatch all of the like video lessons. You can still access all of the PDF files and all of the resources and all that stuff. So it would be also like super great, because like when I used to take courses like that, I would like go through it and like in the moment you get it, but then for example, you skip that module because it doesn't apply to you now, but like then you start progressing social media and you're like, okay, wait, but like how do I deal with that? And then you have an opportunity to go back, you know? And also like all of the packages would have different group chats. So, and it depends on your package what kind of group chats you're gonna have, but that also will create community and support for you. So like, and even after 9 months, you're still gonna have all of those chats, and like I'm still in all of the chats from my previous courses, and like I still connect with people there, and it's like the coolest thing, because like I've done those courses like, I don't know, 5 years ago, you know, and I still get to like talk and network with that community online. And sometimes it's so helpful. Now I look for video editors, so social media managers, so content creators. I just go in that group and I find those people, and like we all help each other. So yeah, depending on your package, there is everything in the description, but basically, yeah, but every package has a group chat, but it just depends what kind of like, how close are we in this group chat, you know, it kind of depends on the package. So yeah, and you can again review everything and let me know if you have any questions regarding new information that I just told you. Okay, let me double check the chat. I don't think,
Did you say about homework?
yeah, did I mention about homework? She thinks I didn't say that. I think I said that. Yeah, I think I said that. Yeah, because like, obviously, oh, now you can see me on the big screen. I'm posing for your stories, guys. Take a picture, send it to me, okay? So yeah, homework, obviously, like all of the packages would have homework. It would just depend if you get feedback on your homework. So if you were obviously VIP, I'm gonna be like right there watching every step, every move, and being like, no, do this, do that, and all that stuff. But if you're in the lower package, we're gonna have me and other mentors in the course like reviewing and giving you feedback. And everyone who is a mentor at this course, they're obviously also very like advanced social media managers, and they're also gonna be under like my guidance as well. So we all gonna like have fun checking your homework, giving you some feedback and how you can improve yourself and all that stuff. The lowest package also would have like the homework there, but no one's gonna check the homework, so you kind of would be on your own in that sense. You watch everything, you still know what you should be doing for your homework, but no one's gonna force you, no one's gonna check, no one's gonna give you your feedback. So if you think that's okay for you, then basic package would be fine. But obviously the more feedback the better, I feel like. I don't know, the only how I started actually being like in social media and actually like having clients and like, you know, like actually working and making money is when I paid so much money for one course where they were literally up on my ass, and they were like, okay, go get clients, go talk to people. And I was like, wait, no, please, I don't want to talk to people. And they're like, go. And then I went talk to people, and then I made a lot of money, and now here we are, and like 6+ years in the social media journey, and it's not about to end anytime soon. That's what I'm gonna tell you. So, you know, so I feel like, yes, like for a lot of people that might be a lot of money, and I get it, but at the same time, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that's the only way where you're like, okay, you're also gonna be so committed to yourself. You'll be like, okay, I spent so much money, I can't just not do my homework, you know. So it's always good. I like this a little strictness, you know, like as you can tell. So yeah, I actually have one more question. What is the difference between posting in personal account or for the business? So if you mean like posting as an influencer or content creator and then posting as a business, like there's a huge difference, because they're like, for personal accounts, it's so much easier because it's your personality. And like as the way you find like people in real life who like you and fall in love with your personality and want to be friends with you and hang out with you, that's kind of what you should create. But again, the struggle there is like, how do I actually show my personality in social media to the point that people love it as much as people love it in real life, you know? But for the business, it's a little bit a different struggle, where it's kind of like you're obviously selling them something. So that's where I feel like businesses have hard time growing. And how do I actually like show them, I'm not only selling you something, but I also want to like contribute to you like in some way, you know? So it's kind of like, that's the hardest part, and that's the biggest challenge there. So how do we kind of like show that we care, but at the same time, like, you know, like you're still selling your product or your service, you know? So I feel like it's very different approaches, very different struggles. And again, everything is very case by case. So yeah. That's it? Wrapping up? She's rushing me to wrap up. I like talking to them. I like talking to them, you know? I like talking, period, you know? That's what helps me in social media. Can't shut my mouth. Okay, anyways, we're gonna be wrapping up. I don't think we have any more questions. I love you guys. Thank you so much for going through this experience with me. This was my first webinar ever. So it was very, very important for all of you to show up, and thank you for showing up. Thank you for being active, and I can't wait to work with you more. And obviously, you know my Instagram, hopefully. You know my Instagram. Can you message them my Instagram just in case? I don't know. I didn't even think about that. Anyways, so like hopefully you found this webinar through my Instagram, and you know like my handle, and my DMs are always welcome to you guys, and I always try to respond to everyone. So feel free to message me if you have any more questions after, and if you think about anything after, I'm waiting for you in my DMs. It was a great evening, and I love you, and we did it. Okay, how do we end this? Somebody help me. Boom, just shut it. Okay, stop streaming.